Hi, welcome to this session on learning about highest common factor, or it's also called as the greatest common factor. Now, for a quick review, we'll look at factors, prime and composite numbers, prime factorization, and then we'll try to find the HCF of two or more numbers. What are factors? When we multiply two or more numbers to get another number, those two or more numbers are actually called the factors of the product. 15 times 4 is 60, so 15 and 4 are actually called as the factors of 60. Now, what's a prime number? Any natural number that has just 1 and itself as the factors is called as the prime number. Now, 13 is 1 times 13. We cannot multiply any two other numbers to get 13, so 13 is a prime number. 63 can be written as 1 times 63. It can also be written as 3 times 21. So it has more factors than 1 and itself. So 63 is not a prime number. Now let's look at what composite number is. If a natural number has more than two different factors, then it's called as a composite number. Obviously, this is not a prime number. 16 can be written as 1 times 16, 2 times 8 or 4 times 4. Obviously, there are more than two different factors here. So 16 is called as a composite number. When we look at 53, we can just write it as 1 times 53. We cannot make it as a product of any other numbers. So 53 is not a composite number. 1 is neither a prime number nor a composite number, just something to keep in mind. Let's look at what prime factorization is. Now, when we multiply just the prime numbers to get a number, then we are doing prime factorization. Let's see, here 24 is written as 2 times 2 times 2 times 3, and all these numbers are actually the prime numbers, so we are writing it as a product of prime numbers. So this is how we write prime factorization. There are different methods to prime factorization. We have learned about factor tree method, where we take a number and write it as the product of prime numbers eventually. And there's also the continuous division method, where we take a number and divide it just by the prime numbers all the way until so that we cannot divide the number anymore because there are no other factors. And here we write it as the product of again prime factors. So 90 is 2 times 3 times 3 times 5, and we have all prime numbers here. Let's look at the highest common factor now. What is a common factor? Obviously, it is common. A factor is common between two or more numbers. Look at 16 and 24. 16 can be written as 1 times 16, 2 times 8 or 4 times 4. 24 can be written in all these different ways. Now can you identify what are the common factors between these two numbers? Yes, it is 2, 8 and 4. So the common factors here are 2, 4 and 8. Normally when we write the common factors, we always write them in increasing order, like smaller to the largest. We have learnt about common factors. So what is the highest common factor? Obviously, it is the largest, biggest or the greatest of the common factors between two or more numbers. Let's go back to 16 and 24 again. We have listed all the factors and we know the common ones are 2, 4 and 8. Now, what is the highest amongst these common factors, can you tell? It is 8. So, the HCF of 16 and 24 is equal to 8. Let's go over an example so things will become more clear. We want to distribute 21 pastries and 9 cupcakes amongst maximum number of students. However, we don't know what this maximum number is. We have to distribute such that each student gets equal number of pastries and cupcakes. Now here we have yummy pastries in a plate, 21 of them, and we have 9 cupcakes, and we are trying to figure out how many students. Is it 1 student, 2 students, 3 students, 4? We don't know the number. We are trying to find this number such that each student gets equal number of pastries. It could be 4, it could be 3. We don't know how many equal number of pastries each student gets. And we also have to get equal number of cupcakes. That means what we are trying to do is we are trying to find a number that exactly divides 21 and 9, but it has to be a maximum number that can divide both 21 and 9. Let's go with 1 student first. So we give all the pastries and cupcakes to this 1 student, but is 1 the maximum number here? Is it right? We don't know. I don't think it sounds right. Just 1 student getting everything. So let's try with 2 students. We have the 21 pastries. I'm going to divide them amongst the 2 students. We get a maximum of 10 here. But then we are left with 1 pastry as a reminder because 21 is not exactly divisible by 2. Now when I try to divide the 9 cupcakes among 2 students, we get 4 per student, but then there is 1 cupcake that is left over. So we don't want any leftovers here. We want to divide them, give away all the pastries here, okay? So let's try with 3 students. We have 21 pastries. We are dividing them equally among 3 students. We get 7 exactly per each student. Now we take the 9 cupcakes, we divide it exactly among 3 students and we get 3 per student. So obviously 3 seems to be the maximum number. So because we cannot divide 21 by 4 exactly, and neither can 9 be divided by 4 exactly. So if you continue dividing by other numbers, you will find out eventually that 3 is the maximum that divides these two numbers exactly. So the maximum students that get equal pastries and cakes is 3. That's right. Let's do the same example using numbers by listing the factors. I have 9 written as 1 times 9 and 3 times 3. So the factors here are 1, 3 and 9. 21 is 1 times 21 or also 3 times 7. So the factors are 1, 3, 7 and 21. What do you think is the common factor between 9 and 21 here? It is 3. But we want the highest common factor. When you look at the common factors, there are no other common factors except 3. So 3 itself is the highest common factor of 9 and 21. Remember, this 3 is the same answer we got in the previous slide. So this is how you would try to calculate the HCF. This is one method. Let's look at the prime factorization method. Here I have listed the prime factorization of 27 as 3 times 3 times 3. So obviously it has to be a product of prime numbers. Now the prime factorization of 45 is 3 times 3 times 5. So what is common between 27 and 45? What are the common factors? We have the 2 3's. So the HCF of 27 and 45 is 3 times 3, which is equal to 9. Let's look at the factor tree method here, where we have 24 written as the product of prime numbers, and we also have 40 written as the product of prime numbers. So here, what are the common factors that we notice? It is the 3 2's. So we write HCF of 24 and 40 as the product of 2 times 2 times 2, which is equal to 8. Please keep trying all these different methods, only then you will be able to understand how to get the HCF. Now let's look at the continuous division method. We have 12, 18 and 42, which is more than 2 numbers, so continuous division is probably a better method here. How do I start with this? I have to find a prime number that divides all these 3 numbers, and it is a common factor of all the given numbers. So I'm going to go with 2 because all these, the 12, 18 and 42 are even numbers. So I'm going to divide 12 by 2, I get 6. 18 divided by 2, I get 9. 42 by 2 is 21. Now these three numbers have 3 as the common factor, so I divide it by 3. I get 2, 3 and 7. Now I stop the division right here because 2, 3 and 7 have no common factors. Okay. Now what is the HCF? How do I get the HCF of the three numbers? It is the product of the common factors. What are the common factors here? It is 2 and 3. So the HCF of 12, 18 and 42 is 2 times 3, which is equal to 6. Let's say we are given a set of large numbers. Doing continuous division or factory method, it will take us too long to find the answer. So let's look at a small shortcut to get the HCF of large numbers. I have 396 and 420 here. So what do I do with it? I have to divide the larger number by the smaller number. So I'm going to divide 420 by 396. It goes one time and I get a remainder of 24. So what next? I have to take this remainder, that is my new divisor, and the previous divisor is my new dividend. So I have 24 and 396, which is my previous divisor, is my new dividend. It goes 16 times. We have 384 and the remainder is 12. Now what do I do next with this? I repeat the same step as listed here. And I say 12 is my new divisor and 24 is my new dividend. So 12 goes 2 times is 24 and I get a remainder of 0. Obviously, once I get a remainder of 0, I'm done with the division. So the last divisor is the HCF of 396 and 420, which is, that's right, it is equal to 12. Now we have learned so many different methods, so it's time for a very short quiz. What is the HCF of 2, 8 and 11? Can you think about it? What factors do they have in common? It is nothing but 1. Because while 2 is a factor of 8, 2 and 11 don't have anything in common. 8 and 11 do not have any common factors. The only common factor is 1. So keep trying different methods to finding the HCF, and we'll continue with in the next session with finding the LCM. Hope you enjoyed this session. Thank you for watching.